Welcome to the GLAC Studios oil painting tutorial. This is Gomati Sivasankaran. We are in the first class of Vijaya Lakshmi oil painting. This is a series of 8 paintings. So there are classes on 8 different paintings of the similar size and with the similar concept that I am doing. And this one that you have selected is called Vijaya Lakshmi. Vijaya refers to success. Yeah. So Vijaya Lakshmi oil painting tutorial, and this painting is also going to take you to the level of empowerment, understand empowerment from the perspective of women, and also understand success from the perspective of celebrating your own success in creating this beautiful art, and uh, see how we can combine different um, thought processes to bring something new in this very well known zone. Yeah. Before we get on to this painting and understanding, today's session is very important session. Today's session we are going to talk about planning of a painting. This is a very important ingredient to creating a good painting. So we are going to plan, but before we plan, if you haven't checked out my basic session that's about a couple of hours approximately, that session covers all the basics about understanding a canvas, understanding brushes and paints, what do we have with respect to different paints. And you will see me that I use different brands because I have been experimenting with different brands, and all these points are discussed in great detail in those sessions. Please do check it out. So it's so helpful for you to get started with this right away. Yeah. And also in one of those sessions you'll also see how I go about selecting multiple references. This particular idea, or the series of ideas that I'm releasing, this 8 paintings that I'm releasing in the form of tutorials, are all creative ideas that bind old with new, that bring in the diversity component or celebrate diversity. That you will see that I'm using the image that is so much prevalent available on the Google, and I'm using an image of a real girl from so many different culture. Each painting will carry another culture to it, and trying to add that component. All these things, how did I get started with? You will see those references collection idea discussion in those videos. Right now, from those references, we have shortlisted. We are going to work on Vijaya Lakshmi painting today, and we have shortlisted one of the key images for this. We will look at that right away. Yes? Good. So what we see right now in the screen is this Vijaya Lakshmi. Vijaya refers to the word success, and Vijaya Lakshmi is this goddess of success. So just pray to her and you get success. No. So she is the motivation. She is the kind of tool for us to stay focused in our work, whatever we do, work or study, whatever we do, and reach success in a ethical manner. Yes. So success doesn't mean that you do something funny and hook or crook you get there. No. So all goodness to her, isn't it? So she is um, showering that power. She's empowering us with success, and we are going to work on her. How successful can we be? We are going to be amazingly successful, yes, together. So this is the picture, and this picture, yes, like I said, I just Google searched and picked up one. Very simple. So are we going to copy this? No, not at all. We are going to take the superstructure, and you will see me using the term superstructure and detail frequently. These two terms I will be using frequently. And when I say superstructure, I am referring to some of the components on this picture. Maybe, when I say, for example, the sword or the shank or the chakra or this wheel here in her hand. So these are things, these are elements. Are we going to copy exactly the same? Not necessarily. Maybe we are putting it slightly here and there. So we are adapting the picture. We are going to change things around. So this is the superstructure, meaning we are going to take some key components from this. Use the key components. Like for example, there is a lotus. Is the lotus flower look going to look exactly the same that is there in this picture? Maybe not. So that's the superstructure. And what you see is that the Word document that I have made here is also having a copy of the same picture here on the right, and that is in black and white. This is exactly the thing that you will see in all my most of my tutorial sessions. And the reason why I insist on a black and white image like this is that black and white, tends to help us more in focusing on tonalities and depth of the painting, and especially when you are getting started or really new, or maybe you're well versed in the painting, but then working with so many components and elements is a little confusing, and you might want to have that objective overview. And that's why I prefer to work with a black and white image. The color is always there on the left hand side for us to get motivated to color up, brighten up the picture whenever we want. But the depth must be there. The red thread of the depth must be there, and that is supported by the idea when you have a black and white picture. The girl, the face is going to be that of a girl. That's exactly the kind of challenge that we are working with. And this is the girl I have chosen. Now, I don't remember the country of this girl. I think it is USA. I don't know. Like I said, 8 different paintings. I have selected girl pictures for these 8 different Lakshmi images. I have selected girl pictures from different continents, different walks of life. So we are celebrating diversity while working on this painting. Yeah. So this is the image that I have shortlisted. I just found really, really amazing, and the eyes were so calling out, and so much, talking success in some way, and also not too excited. She's excited. She's happy, but she's also, for her age, she seems balanced also. I just love that image. So that's the image we are going to work with. Okay, then what is the challenge here? The challenge is so simple. We have the body and the face of a woman here, fully grown woman here, and hands and so on, legs. And what we have is a little girl, 6 or 7 year old possibly. Yeah. So we have to adapt. That's why I kept on saying this is superstructure. This is not going to be a copy, not a detail, because we have to really adapt this body and hands and foot, whatever we are going to do, to that of this little girl. That's going to be the challenge that we are going to face when we get to the canvas. Yes. So that's an amazing challenge to work with. And with that idea in mind, let's get on to the planning. Yeah. How do we build all this into our canvas? Really, how can we do this? We do it step by step, bit by bit. And we also have the black and white version of this image for you. All these images are available in the description or reference. Planning here, I'm going to build the grids here. Before I get started with the grids, what kind of canvas were we talking about in the basic section? We are working with a 40 by 50 centimeter canvas. So I'm just going to write that down here. Canvas size is 40 by 50 centimeters. I call this my breadth and length because it's going to be a vertically placed one, and I would like it to be divided by 4 and the 50 centimeter divided by 5. So I get a 10 by 10 centimeter grid. So it's all going to come to grids placed in the 40 by 50 centimeter canvas. So I want to work with such a size here, and I'm looking at, if I have to divide this by 4, I want something that is divisible by 4, and I'm looking at number 12. That works with me here. So I choose this 12. Yeah, this is a workable number here. So I'm going to divide it into 3 centimeter blocks. So there are 4 blocks that will be created here. Yeah, so I'll do that also here, so it's easy for me to draw the vertical grids. And 12, so that is 3 centimeters. 3, 3, 3, and 3. So we have that. Let me do that right away. So that's easier. Blocked, vertical lines drawn. Yeah, good. That's the last one. The horizontal, it has to be divisible by 5. Then I would be looking at 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's see. I like 15. 15 works here. Very good. 15. So let's do again 3 centimeter blocks. 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15 is right here. Yes, that's the corner. So I'm not going to work on that. Draw another line now. So let's do the same thing on the other side as well. I'm just doing it in a place where there is white sheet, and doesn't matter the size of the image here. Remember, it's a superstructure. We don't want to really worry about whether it is off here or so. We will adapt things. We will always be constantly looking for opportunity to adapt things. So do not worry too much about that. So I'm just going to do the grid here. Yeah. And I am doing it with a blue colored pen deliberately, so that when I scan this, and I can also share it with you, those who do not want to make grids on their own can use my PDF file to work with, or those who want to create their own different sizes of things can use my Word document and expand the size into whatever deems fit for you. This is a 3 centimeter grid. A, B, C, and D, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why do I name these grids? Is because it's easier for us to talk to each other, understand when I am bringing this 3 by 3 centimeter and zooming it into a 10 by 10 centimeter block really on the body of the canvas. So for example, if I'm saying the flower, or the lotus flower is going to be the entire row 5, then it's exactly the base that we are talking about. And let's say that if I am going to do the chakra or the wheel here in B2, so that's the block. So likewise, we will try to figure out where exactly, the face is, where exactly the body is, and so on, and try to adapt things, try to bring it so that overall the components fall into its place, like, piece of puzzle falling into the canvas. So that's about the superstructure. Now we have to work on the detail, and for this detail, I like to have a 10 by 10 centimeter block. Doesn't matter what the size here. I want it to be split into 2 centimeter grids. Yeah, so I'm looking at, because I like that we are going to split this into 10 centimeter blocks, isn't it? So I want to have this face adapted to that. I think this is a small little girl's face, and if you look at it, we will definitely let go of some of the sides. We will not have too much to work with. So the focus will be really on only one part, or few of those grids that we are going to look at, but it will help us, focus. Yeah. So that's the grid, overall grid lines. I am going to draw this box of 10 centimeters here and start turning that around into 2 centimeter grids, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. We always have the original image here without any, lines drawn. So it's easier for us to refer back to them if something, isn't clear for us. So here in this 10 centimeter block, let's draw the horizontal lines as well. Even though I'm doing this for you, you're only watching it, and maybe it's easy for you to just pick up what I have done and work with it. I request you to try this out yourself. Yeah. Whatever means you're using, you might be using computers, you might be using another software, whatever, or doing it in an easier way, but still try to understand grading, so that you're also thinking in your mind, how am I going to place this? And I'm giving you all suggestions and ideas to make things easier for you, so that when you want to work with 10 different references, you find it easier. You say, oh my god, I can do that. Hmm? So these are 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2 centimeters, 2, 2, 2, and 2, and 2 centimeters, 10 by 10 centimeter detail. Yeah. Okay, marking A, B, C, D, and E, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that it's easier for us to discuss this. Let's say 4C, C4. Then we are talking about how to build her lip and the teeth. So that's the detail, and that is the superstructure. Planning started. Yes, we have done the planning here. The next session is going to be building this onto the canvas itself. That's going to be even more interesting. Yes, let's summarize what we have done in the session today. We have um, chosen to work with Vijaya Lakshmi painting. We have taken a common picture that is available on the net to understand the superstructure. So we have really divided this into 3 by 3 centimeter grids. The reason is, we want it to be extrapolated or zoomed into a 10 by 10 centimeter grid that is going to be built into a 40 by 50 centimeter canvas, which is ready for us to work on. But the challenge or the twist in the storyline is that this is the image of a woman, and we are going to have a image of a little girl there. We have the detailed picture, so we have done a 2 by 2 centimeter grid to fit into a 10 centimeter box somewhere inside our canvas. We'll figure out where and how in the next class. So we are ready with that detail. One challenge that is open for us to work with on the go will be to build the body of this little girl here, because we have this image of a woman here. So we will have to change things accordingly so that it looks really in alignment with this body and skin tonality of this little girl. Yes. So with that challenge in mind, we are ready for the next class. Yeah, building into the superstructure here and also the detail here on the canvas. Looking forward to the next session with you. I am so happy that you have chosen this painting to work with, and I wish you all the very best. Let's see this painting through. Stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy. Let's meet up in the next class. Bye bye.